Good. Shall we head on to view documents? And we'll do help chat last.
Okay, viewing documents. This is for our clients' users. So this is access through the API, I would say.
Yeah. Well, so basically we're going to integrate it directly into the client's application.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to need a way to view documents as the first big group of actions I think we need to deal with. So the user is going to need to be able to see the contents of the document. And they're also going to need to be able to see select their display language as well, because they might need to switch between, say, English and Spanish. And as part of that, I'd also like to put an action in that makes it clear that the user's language is going to be inherited from the client's software. So we're going to pass it as a variable to our integration, so it knows, look, if the client's using Spanish in the app, it'll use Spanish in the documentation. Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then again, like we said in the document manager, if there is no content in their native language, it'll default back to English. So if no document content available for selected language, user will see the English version instead. I think that makes sense.
Yep.
And then we basically just need that the user can navigate through a list of documents via the sidebar.
Okay. Let's pull that into something separate. So let's do content list again. And user can navigate. Because I imagine that we're going to want a similar thing, right, where it's sorted into folders if they want to navigate the whole thing. So let's mimic what we did before. So user can see a list of folders and documents in software's documentation. And then user can expand collapse folder to show documents contained within. And then lastly, we're going to want user can open a document to view it. Make sense?
That makes perfect sense. I think that's pretty much it for that feature. We just need a way for them to be able to view the documents and navigate through a sidebar list.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do we want them, because do we want to show, sorry, this might not be an MVP thing, but do we want to show within the document closely related documents, or is that too much?
No, for now, let's leave that out. I think it's valuable information for when you're answering the AI questions. But right now, I think for the MVP, we can keep this to just, if they're viewing a document, it's to view that document.
Yeah. Okay. Let's quickly do the functions then. So these will be the same with the folder name and the folder document. Sorry, the document name.
Yep.
In the list. And then we've got a toggle and a content for opening and expanding the folder. And then we need a link to open said document. Then we've got user can see the contents of the document. So we're going to want to see the document name.
And then we also want to markdown content again.
Yeah, the markdown content again. Let's call it document content. And we'll do markdown format.
Perfect.
Cool. And then selecting the display language. I'm just going to assume that this is going to happen in a drop down because that's pretty standard for language selection.
Yeah.
So link to select language and then current language displayed as well.
And then the language list will come from the document management tool.
Okay, so we don't need that as an additional function here.
No.
And then language is inherited from the client's software. So just do language variable.
Yeah, that's basically the best way to do something that's a bit more software related and not user interface related. It's just this is the variable that we need passed.
Yeah, cool. And then if there's no content selected language, the user will see the English version instead. What should we put here?
I think an error message is a really good suggestion that the AI has done. Primarily because I think this is more of a functional thing, but we do want a visual thing to be like, hey, this is why you're getting English. I think we'll localize those error messages as well to some extent.
Okay, so I do an error message and I say localized. Well,
Yep.
I'll do in language selected. Is there any other functions that we need here to cover the
No,
action
I
of
think
defaulting?
I think that covers off the language of defaulting.
Okay. Cool. So that's that feature done.
Yep, perfect. Okay, so we're off
Last
to the
one.
last feature, which is the help chat.